Salam labas kushimesian. Hey guys, it's Aaron and just me. You'll see the kids a little bit later in this video. This apparently is a much anticipated video. The kids are no longer attending KGS, Khalil Gibran School in Rabat. I pulled them out the week before. Oh, there's a dog with a collar, but I've never seen him around here before. All right, so they were aware of it the week before school, and this is the first week that they're supposed to be starting their new school. Walakin, they're not in their new school because KGS is deciding to do something illegal, which is to withhold my children's transcripts because of a payment. So I will start off first why I made the actual decision to pull them out. There was a bunch of stuff, but the main reason was it's way too expensive. It's entirely too expensive. I kind of knew this last year. I was like, it's kind of expensive. And everyone's telling me it's too much money. And then when you think of what's going on, it's definitely too expensive. But what's going on right now is I have acceptance for my kids to start a new school, which I will get into that another time because who knows if they're even going to get to go. But they are accepted to a new school and they're just waiting on transcripts. And now I do owe KGS money. I do owe them money. Well, Akeen, they're going to get their money. My taxes are coming in the next probably 4 weeks or so, and they're getting their money. Now, what they're doing is they've told me that they're not giving the transcripts or anything until they get the money. Now, a business person would be like, yeah, that's how it works. But we're talking about education. We're not talking about a business. The schools like to play business, but we're talking about children's education, specifically my kids' education. And by withholding their transcripts, they are not allowing my kids to continue their education. Now they have a halt in their education and they're in, a foreign country, this is not something that's appropriate. It's not something that's legal. Whatever your thoughts about it is, the bottom line is it's illegal to do this. And it doesn't matter that it's not a Moroccan school. Some people might say, oh, well, it's not a Moroccan school, so they can do it. No, that's not true. In the country of Morocco, any educational institution, whether private, not private, Moroccan, international, British, American, anything. And by the way, this is also true in America. No school can also withhold transcripts of a student's for any reason as well. You cannot hinder a child's education for any reason. If there's a problem with payment or any other problem, you can go about it a legal way. But this is definitely the illegal way. And I'm not really sure where they're coming from because, if I had the money, I would pay it. They're getting their money. If I had the money, I would obviously pay it right now and there would be no issue. So what they're doing to me is even more malicious because they know that I don't have the money. They know that the money is coming, but they're just going to hold the transcripts. Like I said, the bottom line is what they're doing is illegal. Whether you think it's right that oh, well, you owe them money, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's illegal and they're just hurting the things. And another thing is, believe it or not, guys, transcripts are not the property of the school. Transcripts belong to the children. They are the children's property. Same thing in America. I actually found this out about in America too as well, because when I was going through separation with with my older kid's dad, it was something with transcripts and they were like, well, they actually belong to them, the kids. So it seems I don't know about all countries, but so far I have people looking at me and it's I look weird just talking to a phone in the car. Hi, salam, the best. It seems universal. It's children's rights. That's basically what it is. It's children's rights. And they have a right to education. And they don't have a right to have their transcripts withheld. Now, that is the main issue going on right now as far as why I'm all of a sudden speaking out about it. The school, people have been asking me all along, especially this year. I got some last year. And when they first joined KGS, I was warned by so many people in groups, in DMs, in WhatsApp. everyone in the streets, people warn me about the school, and I'm like, but it's so nice, and the teachers are really nice, and there are a lot of nice teachers, and like I said, the kids will talk later about the teachers that they loved, and the facilities look really nice, you know, so like, and I'm like, it's an English school that I can potentially afford, so, you know, I kind of like I always do, I kind of ignore people's warnings, you know, and this was one that I definitely did ignore, and I found out. Now, that is the problem I'm having right now, but this past year, as well as the end of last year, there was some significant things that happened to us that was like not okay. But at the same time, my kids are in the school. They didn't want to leave the school, by the way. Not now. They don't, well, they love their friends and all, but they were okay with it now. Like, but when I talked about it last year about possibly going to a new school this year, they didn't want to. And they were like, we have friends there. And I get it, because I was moved around a lot. I think I went to like 5 different schools as a kid. Like, it's not a cool thing. You don't end up making friends. Now, you know, my kids are very friendly. They always make friends wherever they go. But still, I get where they were coming from. So that's why this year they continue KGS. But with some personal things, which maybe not so personal things happened last year, money came an issue with stuff that I was paying out, and I fell behind in the payments. And like I said, that's why a smart adult was like, I'm seeing I can't afford this. So why would I continue the education at the school when I know I can't afford it? And that's not fair to do them. It's not fair to do to me. Like, the debt, it's not okay. So I made the decision, like, I'm going to pull them out. It's going to start the new semester, you know, and that was it. I never thought that I was going to have this issue where they were literally going to tell me, we're not giving you them. And yesterday, I actually went into the school to meet with the finance officer, or whoever it is. It's the finance guy. It's a guy. And I'm not going to really tell you, he pretty much was a douchebag. But his last words were, and I told him, I said, I'm going to talk about this because on YouTube. And he said, I appreciate all the publicity. So he wants it. He said it's good for KGS. Like I said, we're not telling anything that's lies. We're literally only going to talk about stuff that is, well, I'm going to talk about it. The kids don't even know about some of the other stuff. Oh my God, there's a cat on a car. Oh my God. Wait, is it her cat? I don't know. I don't want to record actually, because there's a woman there. But there's a cat on top of the car. And it's like sitting there, and she's not trying to get it off yet. I'm wondering if it's her cat. Because, like, guys, I get sidetracked way too much. So I'm waiting to see if she's going to get this cat off. All right, I'll let you know. But anyway, let me get back to it. So I'm going to tell you the other 3 things that really bothered me that happened. Just not appropriate at all. And like the way stuff was handled, it wasn't appropriate. But like I said, it's your children, you make the choice, but I've had way too many people asking us about our experience at KGS. And now that this has happened, something that's completely illegal and hurting my children, I am now going to put this out there. I did get permission from a lawyer here in Morocco that said I'm allowed to speak about my experience at KGS. So for those that are saying, oh, you're going to get sued, I am literally only talking about my own personal experiences. And yeah, I have all the documentation about this. But, okay, first, let me go to make copies of the stuff that I need to print out to go to court. Yes, I have to go to court because the school is not giving us transcripts. I had to file for an emergency hearing for the judge to make them give me my transcripts. And there has been 2 cases of this that's public knowledge in Morocco. I forget what cities. I think one of them was Casa, though, of schools doing the same thing because it is something that is known to be done here. But it is completely illegal. 2 schools were taken to court for the same exact thing, non-payment or a payment issue, and they were withholding the transcripts until it got paid. And both cases, the judge did side with the family, saying that, you know, it's a child's right for education. You cannot do that. If you want to do that, you have to do something else to get the money. So I know the law is on my side. I've been assured by the attorney, you know, and I've even been assured by someone that works in KGS. I will not tell her name, but she as well said, yeah, they know it's illegal. We know it's illegal. I feel bad, like, because there's a lot of great people there, but well, like the administration people are not. They're literally treating it like an education. And I know people will say, yeah, that's how everybody treats the business, but the schools, but you mess with me. Like, you don't mess with my kids. You know, you guys are going to get your money in a month. You can't do this. Let me go and get me copies, and I'll tell you the other thing. All right, guys, I got the copies made, and then I realized that I had to get the papers translated in Arabic. Even though it's an English-speaking school, the courts are not English-speaking, so everything had to be translated in Arabic. And I had to have my friend go and ask for the translation, because if I go in there, they're going to ask for 400 dirhams a paper translation. So we're not doing that, guys. Mendish flus. Look, if I had all this money, I'd pay the school. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me get into the couple things that that issues that I had that were just like not okay. All right, guys, so my friend went and goes to get the stuff translated. Well, Akeen, they told her that they couldn't translate it because it wasn't like official from the school. And I'm like, it's the report cards. But my friend says, doesn't matter. She's like, you got it from, you know, you can easily print out the report cards. And just to go there like that. So I'm going to go, inshallah, tomorrow to the court with the stuff not translated because they said they can't translate it. It's honestly, guys, I love Morocco, but I don't know if this is the right word, but like the bureaucracy. Actually, I'm not going to say the word because I don't even know how to say it. The bureaucracy. I'm losing my English, guys, but I'm not really gaining that much, Sarisha. Like just the whole system of getting things done in Morocco, like paperwork, things signed, picking up it will test you. It will literally test you. And it's testing me. So now that I found out that it can't be translated, I'm just going to go on a whim and see if it will work. Okay, so let me get into the things that happened. So one thing that happened was in a classroom, there was no teacher at one time. I think this was at the end of last year. Jack's class, there was no teacher in the classroom at the time. I think it was before the class started, but there's kids in the classroom, right? Jack realizes he has to go pee, right? So he goes out the door to go to the bathroom, and this kid in a chair, in like the teacher's chair, is blocking the chair. And he's like, yo, dude, move, I gotta pee, you know? And the kid's not moving. And Jack is the kindest person. Jack is nice. He doesn't, unless it's a sister, you know, they fight. Well, Jack is really, really respectful. He's a good kid. And he's like, he told him again, he's like, move the chair. I gotta go to the bathroom. Bottom line, the kid did not care. The kid was being a jerk, you know, how kids can be sometimes. So Jack pushes the chair with the kid in it to move over. The chair in turn hits something and a TV falls off and the TV breaks. Who got an email complaining about my kid breaking a TV? Instead of the truth being that there was a classroom full of kids not being supervised and you have a kid not letting another child exiting to go to the bathroom, the whole way it was emailed to me, no phone call, and they talked about like punishment for him. I was like, no, you're not punishing him unless you punish the kid too. Well, Akeen, I really didn't feel like that he needed punishment because Jack is not a violent person. Jack is not somebody that just puts hands on anybody for anything. And he didn't put hands on him. He pushed the chair out of the way. So that was one thing. Another thing that happened was this one just made me feel really uneasy. This was actually this year. I didn't even know that there was like a school counselor in the building. Now, do most schools have them? Yes. But I never even heard of this one, right? And one day I get an email stating that, please give permission for Jack to attend, taken out of class, to attend sessions with the counselor. And I'm like, what? Like an email, no, come in, meet you, no phone call. I don't know. The email, and it was very like, it didn't say what they wanted to counsel him on. It was just like they wanted my permission so that they can pull him out of class and have counseling sessions with him. I wrote back inquiring like, what is this about? You know, I'd never heard anything about this, and no, like, you don't have permission. And now, if I was that person that sent this email out to a parent and the parent came back confused about it, my immediate reaction would be to contact this parent and tell them, like, why I wanted to do this, all this. No, they never contacted me. Nothing. That is way off the wall. Like, my kid's there to learn, not there to be counseled. And, Are you counseling other children? And why are we counseling children in school? Like, if this was a group thing, I could understand, like, you know, a group, like team building, that's cool. That's cool. But I didn't get that impression. It was just, it seemed like it was a one-on-one counseling. And like I said, if I was wrong about it, they didn't give me anything to go on it. So that was really, really odd. What made it worse was the fact that after my confusion email back, there was no communication after that about it. That's what makes it stranger for me. That's what makes it stranger, because I would want to be, if I was a counselor, I would want to be explained well. So that's another thing. Okay, and the last one is a little bit more serious. This one happened at the very end of the last school year. Obviously, I'm on social media. Hi, you're seeing us. And I get some bad email or bad DMs sometimes, but it's mostly people that are, or it is people that I will never see in my life. It is, you know, keyboard warriors, as they call them, or just perverts at, you know, different countries, whatever. Last year, I got a DM, and I'm not going to say what it was, but let me just tell you, it was a very grotesque way of talking about my daughter. Then I go look at the profile, and it is a child. Now, a child, well, a teenage child. If I had to guess, I thought they were like 15 or 16 years old. Obviously, like, no, this is not acceptable. And I posted it without the person's name. I just posted the message, and I said, yeah, this is a kid. And I did post the, wait, did I post? I don't think it showed the kid. No, it didn't show the kids. No, it did not show the kid's face, but it was something where it was enough to identify who this person was. And all of a sudden I start getting all these DMs from kids that go to KGS saying, this is so-and-so. He goes to the school. He's in year 10. Year 10? He's 16 years old. He goes to the school. And I'm like, wait a minute. He goes to the school? Like, that's a different ballgame. Listen, I get messages sometimes and I just ignore them because, like, it's online, you know what I mean? But when I found out that this person actually went to where my daughter goes to school, my immediate thing was, I emailed the school, and then I went into the school. The school told me, and here's directly who told me. I don't know the second person because I don't remember the names. But the director met with me. The director, Ina, met with me and to my face said that they cross-referenced the picture with their files and the name. And they knew what year the name was. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The name was so-and-so. And we don't have that child in the school. That kid does not go to our school. We don't know who that kid is. So again, make that clear. The school, to my face, the director, along with someone else, I can't remember, it was a dude, I don't remember, literally said, that child does not go to this school. We do not have this person. And I'm like, that makes no sense, because like everyone, I got like 8 different DMs from kids that said that this kid was in year 10, this is what he looks like. And I actually did get pictures sent of him too, like better pictures. And the school said no. And I left.
Jack's still upstairs trying to shut the door, and they keep making that sound.
Why is he coming? I thought you just wanted milk.
Yeah.
No, I was telling you to come. I'm
Finishing the rest of the video.
Yeah, well, I'm finishing the rest of the video now. Anyway, they said that he did. So yeah, they completely lied about this kid. It was the day before the last day of school, or 2 days before the last day of school, and the kid ended up like, parents end up taking him out of school anyway, not because of me or anything like that. They just took him out, and because of that, the school was like, whatever. I guess they wanted to lie about it. Anyway, guys, that is my my stuff about KGS. Everybody has been begging me to tell me my experience. You know, there's some other stuff, but honestly, I feel like that's enough. And the fact that so many people tried to warn me, I will tell you though, I'm gonna let the kids tell you their favorite teachers, because even though the administration sucks and everything like that, there are still some really, really great teachers. We had an amazing, amazing bus driver and helper on the bus. They were really, really kind. So we did have some really good people, and the kids will tell you their favorite teachers. But it's your choice. Make your decision. Je mets la table. Je mets la table. Je fais au manger. All right, guys, so it's not all bad with KGS. I mean, obviously, I don't recommend it. Well, Akeen, the kids do have some good stuff. They have some favorite teachers. First up, Jack, who are your favorite teachers and what do they teach?
My favorite teachers are Miss Nejwa. She teach history and not public speaking, PSHE, which is my main tutor. Miss Idris, which is my Arabic teacher and Islamic teacher. And Miss Rabia, who was my last year's math teacher.
Okay.
And PSHE teacher.
And you made friends.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends.
Yeah, well, you still have a lot of friends just because you're not going there. I wanted to tell you this. Did you know that there was a rumor that you got suspended and that's why you're not there?
No.
No, guys. Again, I pulled them out a couple weeks ago. Nobody got suspended. No one was in trouble. No one kicked us out. We moved. But like I said, they do have favorite teachers. They made a lot of friends. Is there anything else you liked about the school? Different than American school.
Yeah, but not really. It's not that. It had a lot of problems.
Okay, well, I already talked about the problems. I don't need the kids to talk about the
No,
problems.
but you don't know about this problem. It's just in school problem. The bathrooms are severely dirty.
Really?
Yeah.
I always saw somebody cleaning, like, outside.
It doesn't matter. Kids flush the toilet, like, clog the toilets all the way up and water comes out.
Okay, well, that falls on the kids, though.
Yeah.
Like, if kids are not taking care of it, like, I would be mad, too, right? All right, let's go ask Cameron what her favorite teachers are. And Jack has been doing French and Arabic, learning. What do you got? Say some stuff.
What should I say?
Whatever. If you just saw me and you wanted to talk to me, what would you say?
I can do a say bye-bye.
That's it?
Wait, actually, no. Okay.
What level are you in French?
Kind of normal. Beginner.
Beginner. You're definitely a beginner.
I need Duolingo. It's kind of hard just YouTube.
So Cameron is going to tell us what she liked about KGS, her favorite teachers. Who were your favorite teachers and what they teach?
Miss Annette, she's my morning teacher and my history teacher. And Miss Esmat, she was my English teacher. And Mr. Walid, he was my math teacher. And Miss Hedel, she was my French teacher. She helped me during French time. And my bus driver, Mr. Anas.
Yeah, he was really good. Guys, the bus driver we had, Anas, he was really, really cool.
He was chill.
He was we were his first pickup, so they were the first ones on the bus. And there has been a couple of times where, like, literally, like, we had to run out of there, and, you know, he's awesome. We really like him. We'll miss him.
He's chill.
Yeah, he's chill. All right, anything else you liked about KGS?
My friends.
Your friends?
Sophia, Amelia, Yara.
Safi. All right. On to new things, though.
Mm-hmm.